So how to get our research idea? How to get our research idea? So the best way to get our research idea is to copy from others. So how do we copy from others, or why should we copy from others? So here, to copy doesn't mean exactly to copy. Rather, we are going to understand what others have already done. So what have others done before us? What have others done before us? So we are going to analyze that. So what is that called? That particular step is what is called as review of literature, or rather review of existing literature. So we are going to find out what is already existing, and we are going to see that, we are going to analyze that. So once we analyze what is already existing and put it across tables, we are going to fill whatever others have done, 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we'll find their research areas, what they have worked on, what is the objectives that they have worked on. Once we list them one by one, we'll get our own idea from this. From this, we'll be able to derive our own idea, and that idea will tell us what we want to do. So how do we get to that? We find out what is the area that's least worked on. Area that is least worked on. So that is what we call as a research gap. So this research gap helps us to work on our research area. With this research gap in mind, if we identify the research gap, that is the area, so this is an area, this is the work, this is the work, this is the work. These are all different research works that people have done in your particular research area. So you will find out this missing link, or this thing that has not been found out. You will work on this lacuna or vacuum, and that is what we call as a research gap. So once we identify this, it's easy for us to work in this area. So then we can start formulating our objective. We can say this is the area that I want to study. From there we will go. So this is how we identify a research gap. So how do we get this? How do we get our research idea? So we go through existing review of literature, we go through existing works that is already there, and then from that either we get inspired and we catch our own idea, or we find out what is the area that nobody has worked on. We find out that what is the area that nobody has worked on, and then we identify our research gap, and then we start to work from there. Once the research gap is identified from the research area, then you can proceed to your objective, right? So this is how we get our ideas, mainly from what people have already done. When we go through their objectives and their works, we ourselves will get idea, okay, this is how they have done, maybe we can do it like this. Okay, so that is how you get your ideas for new research. If you are already going to, so already a research is there, but it is done on a different population, it's done among Americans, and then you want to do it among Asians, that is also accepted, that is also good, but it need not be the original research, an already existing research, you are just doing it in a different population, that is also a valid research. So anyway, so as they say, we are standing on the shoulder of giants. So there are already people who have done so much in research, and we stand upon their shoulders and then we do our research work. So research need not be completely new. So we are thankful to the legends before us who already help us with so many things. So we are just trying to, this is the existing body of knowledge, we are just trying to donate a small blip towards the already existing knowledge. So it doesn't mean you have to contribute a huge thing like this. No, even a very small contribution like this is still a valid contribution. So this is how we get our research ideas, and this is how we identify our research gap and we start working on it.